Good evening. How are we doing tonight? Pathy, good to see you, fella. Give it another minute or so and then we'll begin. How is it going? So, welcome to the stream. Pathy, good to see you, fella. Hope you're well. I'm presuming you can hear everything okay. Nothing's fucking up tonight, which is a great start. That's better. How are we doing? Okay, so something a little bit different tonight. Melodic Mondays with me, VORA, and tonight it is the best of CRISTOPH stream. I've got tons and tons of tunes dedicated to the big man himself. And yeah, welcome to the stream. So, how's it going? So in the background, Consequence of Society Volume 19, 2 years ago. And like you say, Pathy, that Voices intro is absolutely amazing. It's one of his best. Great intro. Good to see you anyway, fella. Boom. So, Consequence of Society, number 19 there in the background. Anyway, let's get started with the first tune of the night. So what we're going to do this evening is we're going to play a load of CRISTOPH's tunes, some of his collabs, his rise to Prida, also stuff like Injuna and all that kind of thing. And yeah, loads of tunes coming up for you tonight, and this is the first one of the evening. Out now on Factory 93 Records, CRISTOPH and Ads, a 2-track EP. Obviously, Ads is a frequent collaborator with CRISTOPH. I believe he's a engineer and obviously producer as well, based in the Northeast, I think. And yeah, these guys have done loads of tunes in the past, and obviously this is the new one. Brand spanking new, Pathy. Yeah, hey, it's good to see you anyway, mate. So where you drive? So you're heading home. So you in the car at the moment? Good to see you. So guys, welcome to Melodic Mondays. It's me, VORA, and tonight is the first special that we've ever done, Best of CRISTOPH. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. So kicking off the show tonight, CRISTOPH and Ads, and this is Fading. Good to see you all. Enjoy. Hey up, bud. Good to see you, mate. something a little bit different for CRISTOPH this as well, isn't it? It's a little bit heavier. Kind of like the 3 tracks that he did with True Soul. Similar vibes. Yeah, it's really good that to kick off the show. CRISTOPH with Az and the vocals of Archie with Fading. Yeah, so Paffy, what are True Soul doing then? You're saying they're going in a bit of a different direction. They're doing like more melodic techno stuff, or what's the goal there? But yeah, that True Soul EP that CRISTOPH did, very similar. Yeah, really good that. Ah, right, okay, cool. Yeah, it's like I was. You've just took the words out of my mouth there. It's like melodic techno, but a little bit tougher in it, which is exactly what this track is. And yeah, it's great. I really like this one from CRISTOPH. So thanks for joining us again tonight, you guys. Bud, Pathy, good to see you, lads. Hey up. So guys in the chat there, Graham is an old mate of mine, old DJ mate of mine from around here. How's it going, mate? Good to see you. So yeah, great little tune to kick off the show there, I think. Let's move on. So the general gist of tonight, basically, we're going to play some of his old stuff, some of his new stuff, and kind of go from there, basically. Yeah, and you know, when did you guys kind of like start listening to CRISTOPH? You know, how did you kind of like get into him and that? I'm always interested to hear. But yeah, so next up on the show tonight, forthcoming from one of the newer ones on Facet Volume 2.2, of course, on CRISTOPH's Consequence of Society recordings. And yeah, I agree with you, Paffy. I absolutely love this. I think from that particular volume, this is definitely one of the best ones. Yeah, one of my favourites off it. So one of the things that I like about CRISTOPH is that he's maintained his like sound over the years, but it's like every time it upgrades, if that makes any sense. And it's really, really hard to do that because he's kind of within the same bracket but doing loads of different things. But yeah, I really like this one. As I say, we'll kick off with some of my favourite CRISTOPH tracks, and then we'll just keep on going. So forget as well, guys, if you could hit subscribe and like the video as well. I keep forgetting to mention that, but if you could subscribe and like the video, it would really help the channel. I'm going to try and grow it as much as I can. Well, yeah, once again, thank you for joining us for Melodic Monday's Best of CRISTOPH special, and this is Come With Me. Let's go. Yeah, Buds, honestly, I've completely forgotten what it's called, that one with Orlando, but I played it twice in Australia. In fact, hang on, I'm going to have to find it now because I've not got my hard drive plugged in. But yeah, it was a great tune that. Like I say, I absolutely hammered that in Australia and I still love it to this day. It's absolutely amazing. That's it. That's it up, Dimensions. Yes, amazing. Fuck me. That is such a good tune, that. Anyway, so yeah, CRISTOPH, Come With Me. I think I met a lot of people through CRISTOPH and the group and stuff, and obviously, you know, CRISTOPH kind of put me into the limelight with my track R301, and then started getting a little bit of a following from that. But yeah, I think that's the good thing about the community really with CRISTOPH is a lot of us kind of know each other, don't we? And he supports people when he can, which is great, and it's why he's probably one of my favourite producers out there. But yeah, Dimensions, amazing, absolutely amazing, that, such a great tune. So yeah, in the background there, CRISTOPH with Come With Me, out now on Facet Volume 2.2. I wonder what the facet means. Paffy, do you know why he decided to go with the facet? Anyway, moving on. by far my favourite CRISTOPH tune, and we all had a little bit of a laugh about this if you remember back to my Instagram post when he released this with the little Russian guy. Even CRISTOPH and Ross Quinn both commented on that, laughing about it, which was good. And the hype behind this track before it even came out was huge. I think he played it a couple of times in his sets. I think he even played it on COS, didn't he? And we were all like, oh, what's going to do with it? Is he going to put it on Prida? And then we obviously then discovered that it was going to come out on COS. Right, okay, cool. Different sides of his productions. Yeah, cool. I mean, a lot of the stuff that's out on there is like different, isn't it? But yeah, Ross Quinn, amazing vocalist. He did an absolutely bang up job with the vocals on this. I mean, this is probably one of my favourite CRISTOPH tracks of the past couple of years, really. He's done a great job. And I'll tell you a little story about how I knew that this was coming out on COS, which I think was an accident on CRISTOPH's part, on CJ's part, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. So anyway, next up on the show tonight, this is CRISTOPH with Turning Away, featuring the vocals of Ross Quinn. How we doing? This breakdown is so good. With the LFO there, bud. Oof.
I'm turning away from work, life, my state of mind. I'm turning away from turmoil I left behind. It don't feel real.
So basically the story is I was doing a little bit of artwork for CJ, and he sent me a folder with his like logo and some other bits in. Now this was about a month, maybe 2 months before the release of this track, and I don't think we knew at the time where it was coming out on. What included in the pack that he sent me was the artwork for this, and I was like, oh shit, I don't think they meant to send me that. I even said it to Chris. I was like, I just want to let you know that you've sent the artwork to this track, and I'm a bit like, I just want you to know that you sent it me. And he was just laughing, and I was like, don't worry, I'll not say anything, I'll keep it to myself. And I did do. I managed to keep it to myself up until now. But yeah, that was funny. That I remember getting it, and I was like, I don't think I was meant to see this, but anyway, it happens. But yeah, it's funny what different people think about the different versions. This is actually my favourite one. But yeah, Paffy, the alternate mix is great as well. And obviously this was the first release on COS, wasn't it? Which is an absolutely great start to that label. But yeah, funny story that before. Good times. So let's move on. So next up, another track from a couple of years ago, a collaboration between CRISTOPH and Yotto. As far as I'm aware, I don't know if they've done anything else since or before this one. I'm not sure. Pappy, you'll have to let us know what the crack is with that one. But next up is Out of Reach. Now, I think, again, this is another slept on track. I know at the time it was pretty big, but I absolutely love it. Obviously, CRISTOPH and Yotto are like two of the biggest progressive producers out there, aren't they? Let's be honest. Yeah, released on Pride Presents. So yeah, have they done anything before this, Paffy? Because I don't think they have. I think this was the first and only collab, wasn't it? It's a shame, really. They should do more stuff together. Right, okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. Was it 2021, really? Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it? 2021, bloody hell. It's just because at the top of SoundCloud it says 2 years ago, doesn't it? But yeah, again, this was another favourite of mine. Yeah, you're right, 2021. Out of Reach, featuring the vocals of Sansa. And this was a pretty good time for Pride, wasn't it? They were releasing pretty regular stuff now. Isn't this the same time as, was it Illusions? That might have been a little bit later on. Oh no, sorry, The World You See, wasn't it? That was 2021 as well, wasn't it? But yeah, once again, if you're listening on the replay, this is Melodic Mondays with me, Vora. Each and every Monday, we live stream all the biggest of Progressive House and Melodic Techno. And if you get a chance to hit like and subscribe to the channel, it would massively help us out. But yeah, next up on the show, Out of Reach. Enjoy.
Out of reach. caught in between, and I don't know why, and I don't know why. Out of reach, caught in between, and I don't know why.
Yeah, another great breakdown.
Like nothing else would feel like this. Fading paradise, fading paradise. Out of reach. Out of reach.
This pretty much still holds up, I think, to this day, even though it's like 3 years old near enough, isn't it, really? Yeah, it's a great tune, Paffy. Dog's just come in. So yeah, CRISTOPH and Yotto out of reach on Pride Presents. I really wish they'd do more stuff, you know, because like when they do release on that label, it's always great, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's a great weapon, that. Greatly produced as well. I mean, those guys are just amazing, aren't they? So yeah, liking that one a lot. So we've got probably a couple of more tunes to play, and then we're kind of going to go into a bit of history of CRISTOPH and go back to some of his earlier bits, and we'll have a bit of a chat about like how I got into him and how I discovered him, all that kind of thing. But yeah, amazing stuff. I mean, this is such a great tune. You know, it definitely does the job, doesn't it? So let's move on. So, Breathe, the CRISTOPH remix. Again, great one. Obviously, CamelPhat and CRISTOPH have done several tracks together, haven't they? Now, obviously, around this kind of time was when like progressive, this type of progressive was like, you know, big and at its peak, wasn't it? And obviously, CamelPhat were doing similar stuff before they moved over to the more melodic technos like side of things. And Breathe was huge, wasn't it? I mean, when it came out, again, it was like massive, wasn't it? Obviously, Prids was like raving about it. It's just such a great track, the original. But I wanted to play this remix because I think this is a great remix and an essential part of, you know, of the package. Really. So which track was that, Paffy? It lost out on the #1 Beatport spot. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it should have been #1, shouldn't it? The thing about this track as well is it got in the charts, didn't it? Anyway, let's listen to it. Breathe, CRISTOPH remix.
to breathe again. You have been holding so much. I need you to breathe again. You're holding so much. I need you to breathe again. You have been holding so much. I need you to breathe again. You're holding so much. I need you to breathe again. You have been holding so much. I need you to breathe again. Holding so much. I need you to breathe again. You have been holding so much. I need you to breathe again. You're holding so much. I need you to breathe again. You have been holding so much. I need you to breathe again. You're holding so much. I need you to breathe again. You have been holding so much. I need you to breathe again.
Yeah, great remix that. I mean, all of the versions of this, the official versions are great. And can you believe that this was out on, obviously, I know it was out on Prince's label, but it got a general release on Ministry of Sound as well. And this was 2019. But I mean, almost 5 years later, and it still holds up, I think. It's amazing. I hope CRISTOPH and Camel Fat will do more stuff in the future, but with the direction that Camel Fat are going, I doubt it. I could be wrong. Paffy, you might be able to shed some light on that if Chris has mentioned anything to you. But yeah. So then, thanks for joining us again tonight, Melodic Mondays with myself, VORA. Once again, each and every Monday, we do a live stream, and usually it's just all the big sort of like techno and progressive tunes that are out at the moment. But tonight, of course, we're doing the best of CRISTOPH. I think every 4th or 5th show, we're going to do a special where we do a best of, and we'll do a vote on Instagram to see what people would prefer. But yeah, amazing stuff. So I've got one more tune to play, and then I'm going to go into a bit of some of CRISTOPH's older stuff and talk about how I kind of got into his music and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, once again, please like and subscribe the stream, and I will keep mentioning it because it does really help us out, and I appreciate it. So once again, thank you for joining us. Hope you've all had a great weekend. Pathy, what did you get up to? Really? Right. Right, I've just seen your message about Chris has done a remix. Which track do you know? Getting some inside info off you there, Pathy. Good stuff. Anyway, so we were talking about the True Soul EP a little bit earlier in the show, and this next tune is off that very same EP. And the EP was called Consequence of Society Volume X, or Volume 10, or whatever you want to call it. Now, out of the 3 tracks that were on that EP, this was my favourite one, and I know that the EP was kind of like a Stranger Things kind of feel to it, wasn't it? If I'm right. And yeah, this was my favourite one of those 3 tracks that were on that EP. All 3 tracks were equally as good, but this just happens to be my favourite. Yeah, and I thought my mic had gone off then. Anyway, need to stop messing around. So yeah, here we go. CRISTOPH with Sleepless Nights out on True Soul, and it's a great EP. Let us know what you think in the chat. Pathy, I need to know about this remix. What, on his Instagram? because I'll have a little look. Nice. Paffy, you should keep up with those edits, mate. You seem to be doing quite well with them. Get them out there. Right, I'm going to go and have a little look. I think it's time for me to get a new set of headphones. These keep messing up. One of the sides is louder than the other. Driving me crazy. So there we go, CRISTOPH with Sleepless Nights out on True Soul. Yeah, great stuff. So, God, can you believe that was over 4 years ago? That was absolutely crazy, man. Yeah, one of my favourites off that EP. I'm going to have a look on the old Instagram in a bit for that. Pathy, maybe you could send me a DM and let me know which track he's remixing. I just need to know. So once again, this is the best of CRISTOPH show for Melodic Mondays. Some of my favourite tunes over the years of CRISTOPH. He was the main guy that kind of got me into this kind of sound. I'm sure a few of you know this, but before I did VORA, I had another alias that was more of like a big room kind of thing. But a lot of the tracks that I was doing at the time were like quite melodic, and it wasn't really fitting with what scene I was involved with. And I was kind of like, I need to kind of do something about this. So I ended up leaving that alias and going and doing something completely new. So moving on. And we're going to go back to 2016, around about the time when CRISTOPH was kind of moving over from his more like housey sort of stuff into the more progressive thing. And I only heard this track about cheers Puffy. I heard this track about 2 years ago and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. It's such a good tune. It's about 12 years long as well. But yeah, this was another one that kind of was one of his early ones. And all you guys all know this anyway, but obviously before he was the progressive titan that we know him as today, he did more like housey stuff and like that kind of thing. Obviously he had quite a lot of releases on like Defected and stuff. And if you go right to the bottom of CRISTOPH's Spotify, his first track was released in 2013. And then over the years did a lot of more like techie sort of stuff. And then yeah, around the time of this EP was when he really started moving over to the more melodic sort of sounds. And obviously one of the tracks off this EP was the one that Prids set his eyes on and really got into CRISTOPH. And we'll have a look at that track in a little bit. But anyway, so going back to 2016, released on Knee Deep in Sounds in 2016, as I've just said. And if you've never heard this before, I really suggest you go and check it out. It's quite an emotional track. Yeah, Close Up After You absolutely nailed it there. And I could listen to this over and over again. In fact, I've actually got it on one of my private playlists on Spotify, so when I'm out walking the dog, if I'm in that kind of mood, then I'll listen to this tune. And it's amazing. Oh really, Bud? I didn't realise he'd done something with Grum. I wonder if he's done anything as of recent. I might go and check him out. But yeah, he's a great vocalist. Very sort of mellow, isn't he? But yeah, guys, taking you back to 2016 with this one. CRISTOPH with Jinadu. And this is Closer. Enjoy it. You know, this is such an emotional track, this. I often wonder if Chris was going for a breakup at the time of him writing this tune. Because it's got that vibe on it. It's so mellow. I mean, it's amazing. So good. I absolutely love this. Yeah, it's great that. It's definitely one of my favourite older CRISTOPH tunes, and I can't even remember for the life of me where I found it. So what we're thinking of that then? Yeah, I can't rave about that enough. Such a good tune. And even though it's like almost 9 minutes long, it works really well. Oh my god, it just goes to show how great of a producer CRISTOPH is, really, isn't it? He's done so many different things over the years, so many different styles, and obviously within the progressive sound, he's always consistent, isn't he? And that's why he's the man. That's why he is where he is. But yeah, great little tune that, and we'll move on to the next one. And again, if you listen to this EP, you'll notice that this is where he really kind of starts getting into the more like progressive sort of sounds, isn't it? Which is funny because Knee Deep in Sound was more of like a, you know, a techie sort of label, weren't they? But you can tell that he's really coming into his own around this EP. And as you say, Pathy Catsy off the same EP was the tune that Prids found him, wasn't it? So the next one is Alone, yes, of course. And didn't he do a newer version of this and release it on Prida? I mean, the vocal to this is great, isn't it? And no, Pathy, I haven't sent him anything for ages now because I haven't had anything to send him, really. Obviously, the last sort of 6 months for me, I've not done much music, but I'm on it at the minute. And me and Bud are actually working on something. I don't know if he's in here. I think he keeps dipping in and out, but me and Bud are working on something at the moment. Yeah, he has got multiple versions, and I've noticed that because he played different ones out in his sets, and I think he's had a couple on cause on the radio show. But yeah, again, if you listen to this EP, you'll hear a lot of these tunes that are really kind of sort of, you can tell that he's getting more into this sound. He actually said as well, didn't he, that he started doing the techie stuff as a bridge to get him into the progressive scene. He kind of wanted to make a name for himself doing the tech stuff and then get into the progressive sort of scene, and he did really well with it, and that's exactly what happened. Obviously, once Prids kind of like swept him up, he was laughing, weren't he? So anyway, chat, let us know what you think of this. Oh, he's here. Hello, Bud. So let us know what you think of this one. Again, if you've not heard this one, great tune from CRISTOPH. And let's listen to it. Yeah, Paffy, I completely agree with you. Everything about this tune is got CRISTOPH written all over it, hasn't it? It's like everything that we love about him as a producer, and this is such a good tune. That EP, man, is amazing. And like I say, you know, when you study music, you really hear, you know, where he's like, his sounds from now came from ideas from back then. And as a producer, you can hear his progression over the years, obviously going from like this 7, 8 years ago, you know, to where he is now. It's great. Not really tonight, Paffy, no, with the unreleased stuff, only because I don't want the stream to get flagged. If it's unreleased, it might get done with copyright, do you know what I mean? So we've kind of steered away from it tonight. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat tonight. No idea what's going on. Sorry for coughing on the stream. So yeah, great little tune there. And let's move on to the track that got him in front of Prids. I just skipped it on a little bit because, again, it's like a 9-minute tune. So, Catsy, again from the 8-track EP. The story goes with this, and now Paffy, correct me if I'm wrong, but the story was that Prids had heard this tune and was like, wow, this is a really great tune, I like it. And then CRISTOPH had the opportunity to warm up for Prids. I think he was on tour in the States and one of the DJs had dropped out or something, I think. And Chris had the opportunity to warm up for Prids and he was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then he played this as his last tune before Prids came on. And Prids collared him and was like, oh, I didn't realise you'd made this track. You were the guy that made it. It was like, yeah, and they got chatting. And then the rest is history. And then obviously then, you know, he started releasing stuff on Prida, which we'll delve into shortly. And again, this is another great tune. Again, you can really hear some of his later tracks have come from this like earlier inspiration. Well, yeah, Cats is a great track. So this is the last one from the 8-track EP out on Knee Deep in Sound. And then we'll move on to the Prida era after this. And yeah, let us know what you think of it in the chat. CRISTOPH, Catsy, enjoy. Had to nip out. Bloody dog's going crazy out there. I wonder what he was doing. Chewing on some bloody toy. So yeah, CRISTOPH with Katsy. I think the one thing with CRISTOPH is, although his productions have got a heck of a lot better, he's remained consistent over the years. You can tell that he got to top form a long time ago, and that's only because he's basically stuck at it and remained consistent over the years. I mean, I'm pretty sure I heard him say in an interview that he tries to write a track a week. Now, for the producers that are listening to this, I find that fucking bonkers, because usually when I make a track, 3 weeks tops, 3 weeks minimum, should I say. I struggle to make tracks quick. I like to take my time, and maybe that's inexperience or whatever, but it is so hard to make a decent tune within a week. But I also heard James Hype say once that stop being so fussy over the music that you make when you're in the studio, because make it, put it out there, because once you've done that bit, then it's up for other people to decide on whether it's good or not. And that's a great piece of advice. Anyway, kind of going off the rails a little bit there, but the point I'm making is that because he's so consistent in his tunes, he probably has like loads of tracks that he makes and then decides which are his favourites and which ones to put out. I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of producers do. So yeah, CRISTOPH with Katsy anyway there. And that was the last track of the Knee Deep in Sound 8-track era, and we're now going to move over to his breakthrough of Prida. So this was the first track out on Prida Presents. Honestly, there's always something on these streams. There's always something that bloody happens. Anyway, let's move on. First track that he did and released on Prida, with a relatively unknown Jem Cook on vocals, and this is Feel. Yeah, so Paffy, you'll know that this was obviously his Pride of Breakthrough track. I'm pretty sure after Catsy and them having that conversation, Prince will have been like, so what have you got? Maybe he had this one in the bag, sent him a few tunes, and they were like, yeah, we'll sign this. I can only imagine that that's something along the lines of what happened when it came to him signing with Prida. And obviously the rest is history. I'm pretty sure that CRISTOPH will say that, you know, Prince has done so much for his career, which is great. You know, as a producer, you kind of want a mentor to kind of help you, you know, and get you to the, you know, help get you to the stage of your career where you want to be. And I'm pretty sure this is what Feel did for CRISTOPH. Anyway, great little tune there by CRISTOPH. Let's move on to the next one. And as I was saying in chat, this was the very, very first CRISTOPH tune that I ever heard. Now, before he went progressive, CRISTOPH actually played at a club in my local town called Wigan, and the club was called Attic Nightclub. And this was around the time when CRISTOPH was on Defected and what have you, and the lads down at the club bought CRISTOPH to play there. And again, this was before he was doing progressive, but even at the time I didn't really know much about him. I never heard, because I wasn't into like tech and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I remember when I was like kind of getting into progressive and wanting to do more of this kind of thing, this was the first tune that I heard. And obviously around the time of me starting up VORA and realising that this was the direction that I wanted to go, I took much inspiration from this. And then obviously finding him on Facebook and the groups and stuff, and you get involved with like the community and that. And yeah, so this was my introduction to CRISTOPH, and it's an absolutely amazing track. His second tune on Prida Presents, Epoch. And this was almost 7 years ago. Anyway, let's move on. Let us know what you think of this one. Listening to the production of this track, some of the stuff that he's got going on, amazing. Hey Otis, nice to meet you, brother. Welcome. All good, mate. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. So tonight is the best of CRISTOPH. We've for the past few tunes we've been playing some of his older stuff, and obviously we dug this one out of the bag. CRISTOPH with Epoch or Epoch, however you pronounce it. Paffy, you know all this kind of shit. I'm not the best with pronouncing stuff, as you guys already know. So yeah, welcome, and good to see you. But yeah, so again, his second ever Pride track, and another absolute banger. And obviously the start of a great friendship between him and Eric, and obviously he calls him a good mentor and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, amazing scenes. So let's move on now to what I like to call the Injuna Beats, Injuna Deep era. I remember when he released this, and I was quite surprised actually that it released on Injuna Deep, because I would have never have thought that it would have released on there. Not, you know, anything like that, but obviously I'm pretty sure he could release wherever he wanted. But I was just surprised when he did. But a good surprise. I love Injuna. You know, if you're into your progressive and even like your more like trancey and your deeper stuff, you know, there's such a great label. And I've had dealings with those, you know, that label behind the scenes, and I would love to work with them. There's been a couple of opportunities where that could have maybe happened, but it never did. It's fine. But yeah, there's such a great label, and you can see why actually, you know, he decided to, you know, work alongside them and release, because they are an amazing label. So this was released October 2020 at the height of lockdown, and I remember at the time, obviously there was no shows happening and stuff, and I was working on tons of music at the time. And again, remember listening to this and thinking, wow, he's done such a great job. And I believe this is a redo of the same title of the same track that he released many years ago, and I believe Big H is his dad. Is that correct, Paffy? I'm pretty sure that's what he calls his dad, Big H. And again, an emotional tune. And here we go. CRISTOPH with Big H 2020. Yeah, named after his late dad. Obviously means a lot to him, you know. But yeah, let's listen to this one. Big H, enjoy. Paffy, I've just made you a mod. There you go. Great piano. Yeah, Otis, I agree. It is definitely better than the original, and that's probably why I did a new version of it. So yeah, CRISTOPH there with Big H for 2020, and as you all know, it is a redo of one of his old tracks. I can't remember what it sounds like. I did have a quick listen to it when I was doing a bit of research the other day before the show, and I think what he's done is he's just used the vocal samples out of it. But yeah, I mean, it's a great tune, and obviously it means a lot to Chris, doesn't it? Being named after his dad and what have you. And yeah, it's an amazing entry to the Injuna Deep label. But again, I'd love to see him release more on there. Obviously, I think this one and SFB are the only two official, like, original releases, aren't they, that he's done on that label. I know he's done like some remixes and stuff. But yeah, amazing. Yeah, the old, I think it was like 2014, wasn't it? 2013, 2014. If you listen to his Spotify, it is like right down there as one of his old tracks. But nevertheless, this version is absolutely amazing, and I think we were all pretty stoked when he released on Injuna. So that was out in October, and then in December he released this absolute bad boy, which out of the two, I think this is the best one. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I think SFB is the best of the two tracks that he released on there. And again, I think when he did the promo for this, like the artwork and like the videos and stuff that he did were like really, really good, weren't they? Yeah, 2013 for the old version, yeah. Anyway, so SFB, I don't know if I should say what it stands for. I know Paffy, you've already fucking said it, right? Okay. I don't know. I didn't say that because I didn't know whether he wanted to kind of keep that low key. I'm pretty sure that he said at the time, if you message me and ask me what it's called, I'll tell you. And I was like, what does it mean, SFB? And he was like, it means some fucking boy. And it's to do with one of his mates, isn't it? Yeah, I know. It is. It's great. It is quite emotional. And again, I think for me, this is like the best one of the two. Everything about it's great, and he's done a bang-up job of it. So, moving on for Melodic Mondays, this is CRISTOPH with SFB, the only two originals that he's had released on that label. And again, one of my favourites of his, and it's great. So yeah, let's have a little sit back and listen to this one. Yeah, Pathy, I always thought it was I'm holding out. I'm shocking with stuff like that though. I can never understand lyrics. Like, I'd be in the car with my missus and she'd be singing along to something and I'd be like, oh, I always thought it was this or whatever. But yeah, it's a phenomenal track by CRISTOPH. And like I say, it is very emotional, isn't it? Great release on the Injuna Deep label, that, and hopefully we don't get fucked for the copyright on this one. We'll have to see. But yeah, amazing stuff. Obviously, CRISTOPH has gone on to do a couple of remixes for that label and what have you. And yeah, they're just amazing, aren't they? So yeah, SFB there. Let's move on. So, when this came out, I was like blown away by this. I was like, fucking hell. Now, Frankie VORA, as I've said to you guys before, I'm a massive fan of him. I absolutely love his stuff. Can you do me a favour, Pathy? Yeah, we could play it. Could you send me a link on Instagram, please? If you can, and I'll play it before we finish, because we've only got a couple more tunes today. But yeah, going back to The World You See, I remember hearing that those guys had collabed, all three of them, and CRISTOPH and Frankie VORA, you think, oh, that's unusual, that. You wouldn't necessarily put those two together, because Frankie, even though he does like melodic stuff, you just wouldn't have thought that they would have come together. But the fact that they did, and it's great, it's such a great tune. And yeah, the fact that it came out on Pride as well, amazing. But I think it's got a lot of good things going for this tune. It's got a great vocal, it's got a great structure. It's just an amazing tune. And actually, if you listen to it, it's quite simple. The magic for me of this track comes to the breakdown. And I think, actually, if you ask CRISTOPH who did the breakdown, I think Frankie did those pads, because he's really good at like cinematic elements. And if you listen to like the pads and the strings and all that kind of stuff that's going on in the breakdown, it's got Frankie written all over it. Yeah, got it, Pathy. Cheers, mate. Yeah, I think the breakdown's got Frankie all over it. Listen.
All the fear, the world you see is not what's in my head. In my head, what I hear, afraid to lose the songs that's in my head.
Yeah, man, great stuff. CRISTOPH, thank you out. Actually, the world you see. Pride Presents 2021. Was it? 2021, yeah. February it came out. Wow, crazy. And I think we can all agree that that is an absolute monster of a track. That, yeah, all three of them did a great job on that one. It's phenomenal. But yeah, good stuff. So Pathy, I've got Foregone Conclusion coming up for you next. So let's just turn this down. I'll pause it. And then let's get this one on the go. I'm not sure if I've heard this, you know. I probably have, but it doesn't ring any bells. And it says on CRISTOPH's YouTube. Oh, it was 2015. Oh, we'd put it on his YouTube 2 years ago, but it came out in 2015. So, Pathy, was this the first tune of CRISTOPH that you heard? I'd be keen to hear what this sounds like, because yeah, again, I've not actually heard this. So, Foregone Conclusion EP from CRISTOPH on Celador. Crazy, yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to listen to it. Yeah, I've definitely never heard this one. Well, thanks for the suggesting this one, Pathy, because it sounds like a belter already. So yeah, let's listen to this one then. Foregone Conclusion EP by CRISTOPH 2015. Let's go. So while we're waiting for it to kick in, if you're listening on the replay, Melodic Mondays, each and every Monday with me, VORA, we play all the biggest in all things progressive and melodic techno. We also do a thing called Demo of the Week. So if you've got a tune that you want to play on the show, send me a DM on Instagram with a SoundCloud or YouTube link. We'll play it on the show if it fits and I like it. And next week we're returning to normal service. I'll have loads of good new tunes for you on that one. I'll play Bud's new remix as well. That's definitely going to be on there. And if you've got any suggestions, again, send them over on the old Instagrams. And yeah, don't forget, like and subscribe, help us out. Anyway, let's listen to this tune. Crazy app there. Yeah, Pathy, I agree with Bud. Nice find, mate. Yeah, Rhodes' his signature arts, definitely. But yeah, that's a banger, that. Nice one, Pathy. Yeah, I like that one a lot. Oh wait, we're getting flagged here. What the hell are we getting flagged for? Right, okay. I think we're going to have to cut this one off, guys, because it looks like we are getting flagged. It's either this one or it's the bloody Injuna stuff. Anyway. But yeah, cheers for that, Paffy. Nice one, mate. I've literally got 2 more tunes to play for you tonight, guys, and then we're going to wrap it up. It's getting quite late, and we've been streaming for quite a while. Bloody hell, an hour and 40 in. But yeah, I mean, God, you could go all night with CRISTOPH, really, couldn't you? I mean, he's got hundreds of frigging tracks, hasn't he? And they're all equally as good as the rest. I did want to play some of his unreleased stuff, but you just can't risk it with the copyright. But yeah, anyway, nevertheless. Again, another great release on Cos. Really good vocal sort of stuff. Yeah, and obviously his collaborations with ads are always great, aren't they? And Luke Coulson is a great vocalist. And yeah, I absolutely love this. Obviously, this and Turning Away, 2 great vocal tracks for Cos, and great tunes to put on the label. So what do you think of this one? Like, what's the hype level of around the edge? People liking this one? What are we thinking? I also would like to know what has been your favourite track of the show as well, on the Best of CRISTOPH special. Anyway, guys, let's take another step back, listen to this absolute masterpiece from CRISTOPH and ads. Let's listen. I need to stop drinking so much water.
I'm sinking deeper, deeper into my own emotions, deeper in my head, sinking further to the end. I'm growing weaker, fall into emotions. These voices in my head take me to the edge. Are we alone? Are you afraid? Are we
Mega build up here. Get ready to have your face melted. So, I ripped the vocal to this on AI, and I worked on a remix of this for about 2 weeks, and the vocal was pretty clean, the one that I ripped, and got everything down and that. I kind of wanted to do something different, something that people weren't going to expect from me. I didn't want to do like another Born Slippy kind of version of it. And in the end, they ended up fucking it off because I just couldn't get it right. And I was a bit gutted, really, because I really wanted to like do something and go, hey, like, Chris, what do you think of this? Like, you know, obviously, like, kind of hoping that, you know, potentially maybe they would, you know, do something with it. But yeah, just in the end, I just couldn't end up doing anything with it. So I ended up fucking it off. But that is an absolutely banging tune, that by CRISTOPH and Ads. The Edge, featuring the amazing vocals of Luke Coulson. So thanks again for joining us this evening, folks. Hope you've all enjoyed it so far. I have got one more tune to play for you on the show tonight before we wrap up, and I will let's play the next one. You probably know what it is by the intro. Again, this was an ID for a while, and I remember CRISTOPH saying he wasn't sure whether it was going to get released or not. They weren't sure what was going to happen with it, and in the end it ended up getting an official release as a CRISTOPH remix. And here we go. We all love this one because I think we were all in the stream when he first played it, or one of the first times that he played it, and we're all like, yeah mate, this is fucking brilliant, you need to release this. And we were asking for it for ages. And I know he did several different versions, and he ended up releasing 2, didn't he? And this was my favourite out of the remixes that he did. Again, great job on it, great production on it, and it's absolutely amazing. So, to finish off the show tonight, it's Reflect with Need to Feel Loved. CRISTOPH on the remix duties. Such a phenomenal track, such an iconic trance track. And again, he's done an absolute bang up job with it. So guys, we'll leave you with this one. Before you leave tonight, don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you hadn't to the channel already. Help us out if you can. And I hope you've all enjoyed the show tonight. Best of CRISTOPH Melodic Mondays. We'll do a best of again in a few weeks. But yeah, for now, let's finish the stream off with this show. Enjoy.
Come catch me, babe. I'm
Using the iconic strings as well, always a good thing. Sampling the original.
Come catch me, babe. I'm falling. Come and save me, baby. I'm calling. Come and touch me, baby. I need to be loved. And come and hold me, babe. I need to feel love. I need to feel love.
Right then guys, so that is all for the stream tonight. Thank you again for joining us. Hope you've all enjoyed tonight's special Best of CRISTOPH on Melodic Mondays. Don't forget, follow me on Instagram at thisisvora music. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Each and every week we do Melodic Mondays, and we'll be back again with you next Monday for another session. Honestly, I really appreciate you all checking in tonight. Hope you've all enjoyed tonight's show. I'm sure I'll speak to some of you later on in the week or whatever. And whatever you're going to be doing this week, have a good one. And I'll catch you on the flip side. See ya. And also as well, thanks to CRISTOPH for all the tunes. See you guys.